Hello, and welcome to UnKpopular Opinions, a safe space for fans of BTS and other K-pop groups to ask the tough question, what do I think of this? I'm your host, Ginger Nuna, and today is part 2 of our 3-part series about who had the strongest debut album, BTS, Tomorrow by Together, or UnKpopular. To recap our last episode, I gave BTS's Too Cool for School a B-. I found most of the lyrics relatable and feel like I know each member individually, which is hard to do when there are 7 of them. However, there just aren't enough songs and too little variety. Now, before we dive into the next debut, there's something I want to clarify. Most of the time, a group's debut is completely out of the members' control. They're usually given their songs, choreography, and concepts and have very little, if any, input, especially if they debut for one of K-pop's big 3, SM, JYP, or YG. To be fair, BTS had more control than TXT and UnKpopular since they co-wrote their songs. But it's important to remember this lack of agency as we critique the debuts of the big hit big 3, or any debut for that matter. A lackluster debut is rarely a reflection of the members' talents. More often, it reflects the company and the production staff. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get back to discussing which of the big hit big 3 had the strongest debut. In this episode, we fast forward almost 6 years to March 4th, 2019. BTS is huge, making Big Hit a successful company. All eyes are on Big Hit Entertainment as they prepare to debut their new boy group. I'd argue that this debut is even more important than BTS's. When BTS debuted, Big Hit was almost broke. Now they're a lucrative company that has to prove that they aren't a one-hit wonder. Enter Tomorrow by Together. TXT is the antithesis of debut-era BTS. They're branded as a bright and youthful boy band that has come together under one dream in hopes of building a new tomorrow. The quintet was chosen through the typical K-pop trainee system. Start with a larger group and slowly whittle it down using monthly evaluations. BTS was formed the same way, with one key difference. His name is Kim Namjoon. Namjoon, aka RM, formerly known as Rat Monster and Runch Randa, has always been the nucleus of BTS. The other members were chosen based not only on their compatibility with the hip-hop concept, but their compatibility with him. TXT, on the other hand, was formed from scratch. Just by looking at the track list for the Dream Chapter Star, we see that TXT isn't trying to replicate BTS's album formula. Of the 5 tracks, all of them are songs. 17 straight minutes of singing. Let's take a deeper look at each song. Track 1, Blue Orangeade, immediately grabbed my attention. The scratching that I associate with BTS's 90s West Coast hip-hop debut gives way to stacking harmonies and New Jack swing. Think Motown Philly by Boyz II Men. The lyrics focus on a simile comparing a romantic relationship to that of complementary colors and polar opposites. I'm a sucker for similes and metaphors, especially ones that are spelled out for me. So we're off to a good start. The second track is the title track, Crown. Full disclosure, this is my favorite TXT song. It may even be my favorite K-pop song. Now, the Korean title translates into One Day a Horn Grew from My Head, which really sums up the song quite nicely. It's literally about a boy growing a horn and his journey to embrace it as his crown. This is clearly a metaphor for the growing pains of puberty, both physical and emotional. While debut BTS discussed teen angst in literal terms, TXT builds a magical universe laced with metaphors to tell their stories. What I love about this song is its stark contrast to Blue Orangeade. Yes, both are upbeat pop songs, but the synth completely changes the feeling, a modern twist on 80s pop. We're only 2 songs into the album, and TXT has shown as much musical range as debut album BTS. Since Crown is TXT's debut video, I also want to break down how it helped me understand the song and meet the members. The first thing that struck me is how literal the video is. Using animation, the members grow horns, wings, and tails, helping you understand the lyrics, even if you don't speak Korean. The second thing I noticed is how similar the members sound. Even after watching this video multiple times, I have a very hard time telling the members apart vocally. This is the exact opposite of BTS, where all 7 members have noticeably unique voices. While similar voices can blend more easily and create smoother harmonies, this, coupled with a complete lack of introduction, makes Subin, Yeonjun, Beomgyu, Taeyeon, and Hyunin Kai appear as a single entity instead of a team made of individuals. I definitely preferred BTS's introductions. Track 3 slows things down slightly. Our Summer isn't a ballad, but it has the relaxed feelings of modern Western pop. It's a smooth song about young love and how it can alter your perception, even if things in reality aren't ideal. It is by far TXT's most quintessential pop song on the album. It could have been sung by any boy band in any country, and that's what makes it so universal and enjoyable. The fourth track, after Our Summer, is Cat and Dog. It raises the tempo again, introducing trap beats. The song tears you out of your beachy haze. This is the song that, before knowing the lyrics, I was completely thrown by. Why on earth are these kids barking? I think it's a prime example of enjoying a song to its fullest after learning what it's about. In this case, literal and figurative puppy love. The Dream Chapter Star wraps up with the ballad Nap of a Star. This is an example of a song that can be enjoyed without knowing the lyrics. Don't get me wrong, the lyrics are beautiful, and I'd venture to say that they're the most cerebral on the album. But the vocal quality is what makes this song truly shine. The members use their similar voices to their advantage, layering and gently caressing the listener. It's the perfect ending to the album. So, what score do I give an album that has 5 completely unique tracks, relatable lyrics, and a debut music video that doesn't confuse me? An A. The Dream Chapter Star is hands down an A. The only way I could love this debut more is if I knew more about each member's persona. But maybe that was Big Hit's plan all along. Dangle the carrot above the rabbit hole to make the listener dive into TXT's virtual content. I'd be lying if I said that isn't what happened to me. Touché, Big Hit. Touché. For those keeping score at home, BTS earned a respectable B- for their debut with Too Cool for School, while TXT became the teacher's pet with an A for the Dream Chapter Star. Has TXT claimed best debut, or will UnKpopular prove to be the kings of the Big Hit Big Three? Join me next week for the last part in this series, where I'll share my UnKpopular opinions about Border Day 1. Until then, send your UnKpopular opinions to unkpopularopinionspod@gmail.com. I'll see you next time, and don't forget to keep questioning.